Hi everyone, welcome back to Sullivan Creative Studio. My name is Nick Sullivan, and today I don't have a webcam. I don't know what's going on, things broke, don't really care. I'm back with my Monster Rancher clone type thing. It's kind of coming into its own now, and I'd like to show you what's going on. First and foremost, we have greenery, we have a scene. It's beautiful, and I'm actually just going to walk through every bit of it in a pretty quick way. I'm not going to dive deep into it, but here's a cute little egg that's going to constantly change colors. So this is the title screen scene, and you'll see here. So every time we hit play, that egg is going to change colors. The thought process here is, this is your first time coming into the game. Your very first time, you're going to be greeted with an egg, which I need to move back to the left actually, because that's going to bug me now. Back over here. Sure. Perfect. And so when you first see this screen, you will see an egg. You have no idea what's going on with it. It's a cute little dragon egg. The only things that work right now are quit, which quits the game, or play, which then moves you into the choose your dragon or choose your companion screen, this one, which is also a beautifully set up scene. And you can click on whatever egg you want. I got the stats fixed, so they're displaying correctly based on the eggs, and those are all randomly generated. You click on it and a little dragon comes out. Beautiful. Give it a name. I'm gonna name it Bob. Why not? But I do have like a little weird glitch here that I need to fix where you can still select the other eggs, and the last one you pick is the one that's actually going to be selected for your dragon. But for now, we'll hit done, and here we are. So instead of all the gray boxes that we've had before, now I'm starting to set up at least like a test area. For right now, I'm just blocking out a shop, which doesn't do anything. Clicking doesn't do anything. And tournament registration, which is like your fights. So right now, my move to combat button on the bottom left is still going to move me to combat, but kind of blocking it out a little bit. We move along through this beautiful scene, and to the left we have all of our trainings that we can go to. I'm just going to send Bob over to do some speed training. Camera still works like it did. Comes right down, looks at the ball. They train for like, what, 5 seconds? Success! I need to round that float, or at least change everything to integers eventually. And yeah. So, and then stats increase. This is going to be like your main homestead. It's like a barn like Monster Rancher 2, or a house. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But right now you can explore wherever. And here's some beautiful water. And you can just walk on it, because I don't really care. For right now, I'm not going to do anything about it. Eventually I'll have like an invisible wall so you can't walk on the water. But right now it's just a plane with a material on it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So then we move to combat, and we have this scene set up. And you'll see that the grass loads in. I don't have like loading scenes or anything like that in between to allow the shaders to load. For right now, it just is what it is. But you see down there, I can't zoom in yet. I haven't done that yet as far as the programming goes. But you'll see that they run around, they still fight. I need to figure out a different camera solution. But it is what it is. But they're effectively fighting by themselves. Again, no clicking, no anything. The AI is choosing to do everything by itself on both ends, depending on what is going on. There's only colliders for the rocks, not the bushes, but yeah, as you've seen, they can climb the rocks. That's an unintended feature, but I'm just gonna leave it. I don't care. I'm not gonna change it. Let's let it be buggy. Call it a feature, right? But then at the end of the match, depending on the higher percentage, you'll either win or you'll lose. So for right now, we won. Finish combat, we go right on back. But yeah, so that's it for the changes. A lot of it's just scenery being set up, and as you can see, I really only cared about over there, not so much all this. And the waterfall itself, so to be fair, I bought an asset pack on Unreal, and the asset came with a ton of stuff. I'm actually going to move this. Whoop, come on, come here, you. Move this over. So it's the Edge Nature Stylized Open World, and it comes with a ton of different materials and instances. It comes with different models, whether it's foliage, stones, ruins. The ruins I'm not even using, but they're fantastic. Different scenes that they already have set up for previewing. The waterfall is just one or two meshes, along with some other interesting meshes with materials on it. So I don't have the time, and I'm going to be straight up, I do not have the time to create all of these different assets, but I will happily pay somebody $40, 40 American dollars, for all of these assets. Same thing with the dragon and the eggs and the animations and all that. I do not have the time as an indie developer with a full-time job outside of this to do it all. I don't. There are some things that I will make. I'm going to try and do like the shop, the registration, some of the like set pieces, things like that. But for the most part, I mean, this would have taken me probably years, to be fair. Years to do, to set up, to figure out how to do. I don't have that kind of time. So, use the asset. Oh my gosh. Use the asset. Unreal Asset Library Manager, Marketplace, whatever. Use it, guys. It's fantastic. It saves you so much time. And I mean, $40, that's 2 hours of my life. That's how much I equate that. That's nothing compared to the hundreds and hundreds of hours it saves. So yeah, so this is the title screen area. Pretty nice, pretty cute, simple, all that. I wanted this to be a focus, and this will get replaced with your dragon. So later on, when I set up a save game state, it will actually load up your most recent save in the loading screen before this. At that point, it's going to check to see if you have a current dragon. If you do, it's going to replace that egg with that dragon. And it's going to have idle animations, some cute little things going on. Maybe you can even interact with it. We'll see. And then when you go to play, you're going to move into straight from here to the training area, or the main hub, I'm going to call it. So instead of selecting your dragon on the choose companion stage, that's just easy for me to click. It'll put you right into here, and I'm going to change the spawn up to your like house. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to open up the other maps once I can get here, choose companion. So this is the choose companion map. It's incredibly small. We're not going to be doing too much. Eventually I would like it to where when you're here, instead of clicking on it and it immediately opens the egg, it will kind of move the camera down to a 3/4 view, sitting right around here, looking that way towards the egg. And then you'll be asked, are you sure? Do you want to choose this one or not? And then if you say no, it'll back out to this, and it'll do the same thing for the other two. But for right now, it's just a buggy mess where you can open all the dragons, and it's going to choose the last one over here on the right. And then don't worry about all the errors. I don't care about those yet. But yeah, so really simple. And this is just 2 meshes. Or 3, I guess you can count that too. And then I didn't add a water mesh here. Instead, I just have like this ripple effect. But on the other maps, I do have it. Here, it didn't really seem like it was necessary, because that just seems fine. You can maybe see something on the right here, but yeah, overall it's fine. Top-down map. This is the overall of it so far. I'm gonna add to it. I just haven't figured out what or where yet. But I have this wonderful waterfall with a huge river just kind of going off the side of the map, and this is a mesh. This is a mesh with a water material on it. But yeah, so nothing too crazy here. The falling leaves that you've been seeing are actually Niagara systems. I haven't gotten into them yet, but they are really hard for me to select because they're sitting inside of a tree. But yeah, they're really cool. It also came with a snow system and what else? Wind, which you've seen, and a couple other things. But yeah, so there's that, and then the combat map. And this is just the first combat stage. This is all it is. But I'm gonna increase the size of this so these rocks aren't so close to the arena. Gives a little bit more of a scale. But I do need to figure out a better way for the camera. I mean, I've got a bunch of cameras. These cameras are hooked up and watching these guys. I could switch to those and have one overarching one. But I don't know. I don't know what would be best yet. Thought about one that just rotates around the arena while also following both of them at the same time, either zooming in or zooming out depending on where they are. But you'll still have an issue with if they're right underneath the camera. It's looking directly straight down. That's just kind of weird and disorienting. But I mean, besides that, that's all I've got to show. It's just really a lot of set pieces, not any new mechanics. Excuse me. The animations, I can't remember if I showed them off in the last video. But yeah, they're pretty much here. They're fleshed out for the most part. I need to work on my animation speed up and slow down depending on the speed of or the velocity of the dragons. But for right now, that's it. That's all I've got, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of camera situation you think would be best for the combat aspect of it. But otherwise, thank you again for tuning in, seeing progress, the updates, and kind of like my my vision for how this game's gonna go. Any comments or questions or any helpful things, let me know.